Hello guys, Dhananjay here and welcome back to a new video. So Moto launched two new smartphones, the Moto G60 and the Moto G40 Fusion. In this video, I have the Moto G60. First of all, obviously I need to explain the differences between these two devices. So you already know about Redmi Note 10 Pro and the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. So imagine G60 being the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and the G40 being the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And what is the major difference between 10 Pro Max and the 10 Pro is that 10 Pro Max comes with 108 megapixel camera. So G60 also comes with 108 megapixel camera, and the 10 Pro or the G40 Fusion come with 64 megapixel camera. Rest everything is literally the same between G60 and the G40 Fusion. So if you are willing to spend extra to get the 108 megapixel camera, then you have that option. We also have to talk about the pricing because this is the cheapest Snapdragon 732G smartphone that you can buy in the market. So the G40 Fusion, the 4GB RAM variant with 64GB of internal storage will start at 14,000 rupees only. The 6GB RAM variant with 128GB of internal storage will start at 16,000 rupees. And this particular variant will start at 18,000 rupees. Is that correct? Yes, 18,000 rupees. Obviously, you can get bank cashback and the price will drop by rupees 1,000 and 1,500 for this particular phone. But without considering the cashback, the pricing is actually pretty good. First of all, we are going to unbox the Motorola G60. I'll obviously show you sample shots clicked with the Moto G60 as well. So this is the phone that we have here. So the classic Motorola, these stickers, full screen stickers are here. We already have a case which is pre-applied to the phone. The phone does feel a little bit thick, but it doesn't feel very heavy. I guess that's probably because I'm used to the Poco X3 Pro's weight, and this feels little bit lightweight as compared to Poco. Or do they feel similar? I guess they do feel similar. Let me check the weight. Oh no, the Moto G60 also weighs at 225 grams. It's just that I'm used to Poco X3 Pro's weight, so that's why it feels as if it's not heavier. So for someone who is used to phones below 200 grams, this will take a little bit of time getting used to. When it comes to the build quality and looks, the device looks really good in my opinion. The sides are made out of plastic. The back panel is also made out of plastic. Fingerprint sensor is present at the back side. I wish the position was here because it would have been easier, but this is, once again, this is the fingerprint position thing or the weight of a device. It's something you can definitely get used to unless you are someone who doesn't want a heavy phone at all. Let's see what we get inside the box. So we have some normal manuals. Then we also get a 20-watt fast charger inside the box itself, and I'm not going to say 20 watt is a bad wattage as such, but considering everyone else at this particular price point is providing 33 watt fast charging or 30 watt dart charging, not dart charging as such, but Realme's fast charging solution, which is the fastest in this particular price segment, 20 watt does feel like slow charging. You also get a USB Type-C cable inside the box because obviously the device does have USB Type-C port. When it comes to other features, the device has 6000 mAh battery, which is always a plus point, and one of the biggest plus points for the Moto G60 is going to be its stock UI. Literally no bloatware applications are pre-installed on the device, and that is a huge plus point for this device. Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, Redmi Note 10 Pro, 10, all these devices are obviously there in the market, and comparison with those devices is bound to happen. But Motorola's stock UI, which is bloatware free, ad free, and the software update situation is not bad, I would say, similar to MIUI, I would say, but overall software experience is going to be cleaner with this one. But then once again, you lose out on all the MIUI features that you get with Redmi Note 10 Pro or 10 Pro Max, which won't be present here. Like the level of customization that you get in MIUI, that's not possible over here. Now the device comes with 6.8 inches of 1080p screen, and this is a 120 Hz refresh rate display. And all of you will be like, oh my god, LCD, AMOLED, Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, 10 Pro AMOLED ke saath aata hai. This is LCD only. Then once again, this is where we have to give props to Redmi, that how I have no idea how they managed to get 120 Hz AMOLED screen in such a budget oriented device. Even Realme has not managed to do it yet, and this 120 Hz LCD screen present on this particular device is not bad by any means. If you are someone who is not AMOLED freak, then I can see you getting used to this particular device, or even me for that matter. And considering I have used the 10 Pro Max and I know how good that AMOLED screen is, it's little bit difficult to say that Moto G60's display is better than Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. It's not really the case. Now the most important thing in this particular smartphone, Moto G60 at least, is going to be its camera. 108 megapixel camera. How good are the pictures? Let me just take one picture of the setup. No, I'll not take the picture of the setup. I'll take a picture of this particular thing. I'll take a picture of this. And even though I clicked the picture, like as you saw a few seconds back, it took a little bit of time. I'll just try it once again. I clicked the picture and it is taking a little bit of time to process. And this is where I want to talk about the Poco X3 Pro, the review of which will be coming in a couple of days, so wait for that. So Snapdragon 732G processor with 108 megapixel camera, it's not a bad combination, but it's just that 108 megapixel camera to process all the images and all the data needs little bit of extra processing power, and in this case Snapdragon 860 or a flagship processor would have performed even faster as compared to this one. These are some of the sample shots that we captured with the Moto G60 Fusion, which I have over here. This is the 108 megapixel camera. So all the camera sample shots that you are seeing are not 108 megapixel camera because pixel binning does happen and all that stuff. So these are the regular sample shots. Overall, the camera does look pretty good. 32 megapixel selfie camera is also present here, and these are some of the sample shots. And once again, there is no over skin smoothing happening on the Moto G60, so that's something which I always appreciate. This is a video sample recorded from the Moto G60's front facing camera, and this is how it looks when I'm in front of a very bright background. It still keeps light on my face properly lit. By the way, 732G processor at the price tag of 14,000 rupees with the G40 Fusion. This is the G60, which is a little bit costlier, but the G40 Fusion at 14,000 rupees, if someone is looking for the best performance, I guess that's a very good device in that particular price segment. I guess I'm adding this because I thought maybe I was not very positive about the pricing of G40 Fusion in the video. So that's why I'm just letting you know that 14,000 variant is Snapdragon 732G processor, and its performance on the Redmi Note 10 Pro and 10 Pro Max was really good. 120Hz screens, it's something that can be handled very well. Not just that, 732G processor on the Redmi Note 10 series of devices was really good. I mean, PUBG Mobile gaming performance was exceptionally good. Will that be the case on the Moto G60? That's something which I will have to test. And I guess that's pretty much it for the video of Moto G60. If you still have any more doubts, suggestions or queries, or if you want me to make any other video related to these devices, do let me know about that in the comment section box below. I'll be more than glad to make that video. And I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.